Hello, fifth graders. Welcome to lesson 8.2, naming triangles. Let's get started. Today's objective is I can name and order triangles by classifying them based on their angles with 100% accuracy in multiple attempts. Please pause to type the I can and by statement into your digital math notebook. Today's lesson also has some vocabulary words. You have some boxes in your digital math notebook to type in as we go through the vocabulary. Today's vocabulary should be a review. The vocabulary is acute, which means measuring less than 90 degrees. Right, which means measuring exactly 90 degrees, like in a corner. Or obtuse, which means measuring more than 90 degrees. Please pause to type the definitions into your digital math notebook now. When we take those angles, acute, right, and obtuse, and we put them in a triangle, we can name the triangles based on their angles. This should be a review, so let's go over it together. This first triangle has 3 acute angles. They're all smaller than 90. So we call this triangle an acute triangle based on the angles inside. Now, when we see a right angle, we also have 2 acute angles, but we have exactly 1 right angle, and we call this a right triangle. And our third type of triangle has exactly 1 obtuse angle, which means more than 90. And if it has 1 obtuse angle, then we call it an obtuse triangle. Pretty easy so far, right? Let's do some together. All right, friends, in your digital math notebook, you have a page that looks like mine. We're going to look at these triangles, look at their angles, and then classify them and give them a name. The first angle that we see has all acute angles. So that means that we would call it an acute triangle. The second one looks like it has a corner here, like the corner of a piece of paper, like 90 degrees. This one is acute, and this one is acute. But remember, we only need 1 right angle in order to call it a right triangle. Our third triangle has an obtuse angle, so we call it an obtuse triangle. Our fourth one, let's see, none of those look like 90 to me or more than 90, so that would be acute. Number 5 looks just like number 4, that's also acute. And if we look at number 6, this one here, this corner looks pretty square to me, so this looks like a right triangle. Pause if you need to look at these notes while you type in your digital math notebook. All right, friends, it's time for our lesson activity. Now, naming triangles when we can see them is pretty easy, but naming triangles when we have to read about them can be a little bit harder. Let's do one together. It says, a triangle has 3 angles that measure 120, 40, and 20. What is the best name for this triangle? Explain how you know. Well, when I look at this, I see that 120 sticks out to me first. 120 is more than 90, so that means that it is not right, but obtuse. So I'm going to explain my thinking. 120 is more than 90. Sorry, my slide moved. So that means that it is obtuse. So this triangle is an obtuse triangle. And here is our second part. I'm going to get you started on this, and then you're going to finish it on your own in your digital math notebook. It says, list the geometric properties of an acute triangle. So, let's see. An acute triangle has 3 sides. It has 3 angles. And the thing that makes it acute is that all the angles are, I'm going to leave it blank, you fill it in. An acute triangle has all the angles that are. Great job, 5th graders. When you feel comfortable with this lesson and your digital math notebook is complete, then you can complete your exit slip to show your teacher your understanding. Great job!